This is an all signs love reading for the week of November 27th, 2024. 23. I don't even know what year we're in anymore. I don't know. Time, not a concept that I'm familiar with these days. All right, we're going to start with fire signs. Let's do Sagittarius. Sagittarius this week in your love life. So, Sag, in your love life, things have perhaps felt difficult. Maybe they are coming to an end. Your romantic partners have perhaps betrayed you or have given you a feeling of betrayal. So what I'm going to say for this week is that you do self-care, because in your cards, you've got both the Ten of Swords, the Lovers, which is sandwiched by Death. And so what I really feel like is that that this is a time for change. There might be a whole lot of conflict happening and things you might not see. And that's okay, because we learn through, well, hopefully, most people learn through experience. So if there's something that you can't see right now in a relationship that hurts, that is difficult, maybe you've been betrayed, have faith that you will learn from it and you will grow anew and understand yourself differently. And your next relationships will be better. If you're not in a relationship, right now, it really seems like you're reevaluating what your beliefs and your understandings and what you want from a romantic relationship are. Because Death is an excellent card. It's one of my favorites because it means change. In my spiritual perspective, when things die, it contributes to life. And we need death for that cycle, for that completion. Not saying it's not painful, not saying it's, easy all the time, but I do think it can be a healthy thing. So I want you to keep your eyes open for these changes and how they're going to affect your life, and even if they're currently affecting your life, and be excited for the way that you're going to change. Be excited for the things in your life that will feel better, the things inside of you that will feel better. Let's move on to Leo. So Leo, in your romantic relationships this week, you've got some decisions to make. You've got a whole lot of options. Leo, if maybe you're polyamorous, I hope that you're not just dating a lot of people and they don't know that about each other. But this week in your romantic relationship, you're looking at all of the options and you're making some choices. And I think it might be really helpful for you if you take some time by yourself and really examine who you are and what you want. Because, like I said, one of my favorite cards, Death, but particularly in this deck, Death implies interaction and assistance from ancestors, helping spirits, things like that. Because right now, in this Nine of Swords energy, you might be in your feelings. And those feelings might not be great. But please keep in mind, please know, Leo, that this Nine of Pentacles, which is where you have the things that you want, the things that you need, but you have gained it, you have earned it for yourself, and you're waiting, you're examining to find people to be around you that deserve to share in these amazing things that you've built. So really this week, just take your time, just maybe spend a little time by yourself, be introspective. That'll really help you with these decisions that are coming up. And our last fire sign, Aries. Let's see what your love life is this week. Aries, right now, you're really feeling like the cup is half empty. And maybe you have good reason to feel that way. Maybe things have been hard. Maybe you feel like there isn't a reason to see a cup that is half full. Maybe there's not even a cup. Maybe the cup has cracks, as an analogy. But so there's the difficulty right now, the pain, the things you're not seeing. And here's the new beginning, the new energies that are available for you. And they're really strong. There's some really amazing things coming up, Aries. But you do need to use your intuition and your psychic skills and you need to be very grounded in what you want, how you're going to get it. Be psychic, use your intuition, and then you're going to get it. There's so much energy here for these wonderful new beginnings. But Aries, you're in your feelings a lot right now. And I get that. It's okay. But please, my dears, try to see the new beginning. And you're such a psychic sign when you really tap in. So tap in this week. Let's move on to earth signs. Let's start with Capricorn. These are love readings for the week of November 27th, 2023. So Capricorn, there is a lot of room and energy to build this beautiful relationship that feels grounded, and it feels like it's home, and there's possibility, and it can bring you to new places. But Capricorn, there's this energy that is a little bit stubborn. It is a little bit stagnant, strong. But when you're bringing these energies of into your relationship, especially if it's a new relationship or if it is going to a new place, your relationship, it can really cause this like difficulty for you. It can feel hard for everybody. And we want to avoid that, because on the other end of your these cards is the King of Pentacles. So you start with the Queen of Pentacles. You get a little bit of difficulty because you just get so excited and it feels like you really want to go at it. But some patience might help. And believing in yourself, believing in the strength of the relationship, I think is really going to help. Okay, Virgo. So Virgo, you're really ready to walk away. You're ready to be done because there's conflict. Y'all are fighting. If you're physically fighting, if you're in physical danger, then please go. Please find safety. But it seems more like just a lot of tension, some big personalities. I guess this feeling that there's a fire sign involved somehow. But Virgo, when you are able to take some moments to relax, you can actually start building something with this relationship. You don't have to walk away unless you really feel like it's totally necessary, safety-wise, or emotionally, physically safety-wise. This Five of Pentacles, typically in the Rider-Waite Tarot, it is a family that is standing outside of a church, and they don't go in even though they're cold and hungry and they need help, and they just are like, there's this barrier or whatever. So I really want you in your relationship, if there is an opportunity to go inside the relationship, in your feelings, in your just the depth of the exploration, the emotional exploration, the spiritual exploration that you invest into this relationship. If you do choose to invest in it, it can work out really well, and it can be a really great coupling. But you got to decide if you're going to walk away or not. And if you're not walking away, then fix this stuff. Fix these fives. That's what I got for you, Virgo. Let's move on to Taurus. So Taurus, the energy for your romantic life this week of November 27th. So I don't do reversals typically, but this card, every time I put it down, it keeps spinning into a reverse. So I'm just going to read it as a reversed Nine of Cups. So my understanding of reversals is the opposite side of the energy. So, or like a different perspective of the energy. And so typically our Nine of Cups is about, getting there almost. You have accomplished so much. You've worked really hard. You're so excited. But reversed tells me that maybe you're not as excited about what you've built right now. Maybe you put so much of yourself into it. You've brought so much light and love and all of those things, Taurus, and you just feel like it's not working. You're just sitting there and you don't know what to do. And let's get one of these cards. Yeah, so we've got the Five of Pentacles again in a different deck. And so the Five of Pentacles, like I explained before, is typically in the Rider-Waite deck. It's a family, and they're outside of this beautiful church. And they don't go in even though they're cold and hungry and they need help and there's help available. They choose not to go in. And so whatever this like frustration or disappointment with the things that you've built, that you've put a lot of yourself into, you're really feeling it. And you're really like, this relationship, it cannot work. But the great thing about the Five of Pentacles is that when you are able to finally transmute those feelings, when you are able to finally, these wands that come up, these difficulties, this fire, when you're able to process that and move past it, you open up so many spaces in your heart, in your love life, in your understanding, so that you can come back to being this sun. In this relationship, if it doesn't feel safe though, whether it be emotionally safe or physically safe or spiritually safe or intellectually safe, or if you feel like perhaps you've been betrayed, follow those feelings and give them some merit and just examine them. I'm not saying that they are real, that they're valid, because I don't know your situation. This is just a general reading. But these cards are telling me that maybe there's something that you're not seeing and you have good reason to be, disappointed and done with this relationship. Let's move on to air signs. We'll start with Libra. Libra, this week in your romantic relationship. You're using a lot of your intuition. You are using a lot of your spiritual abilities. You are really tapped in these moments. And that tapped inness, that connection to divinity, it's making you feel stable and grounded. But things still feel very, very hard. And you're kind of tired. Using all of this psychic energy can be exhausting if you don't have a method to refill, regenerate for yourself. So you've also got the King of Swords and the Devil. So with your other cards, this is really telling me that you're coming in fast and hard with this obsessive energy, and you're using your psychic skills to maybe even send psychic messages, which are a very real thing, I believe, to someone or something, or you're trying to use your intuition or divinity to influence the situation, which, is okay in some situations, but right now you're going a little hard at it and you're pretty much kind of throwing everything you got at it. And really, I don't think it's necessary. I think that if you are strong and grounded in who you are and what you believe, you don't have to do all that psychic work. It's exhausting. I'm a tarot reader. I am a psychic, that I have done this professionally in my life. And I can tell you, Libra, it is exhausting. So if you don't have to, then why? Right now, if you're able to, strategize and, just put things down, stop using all that psychic energy, you're going to have some downtime, things are going to just feel easier for you. And you just won't be so worried, because, when we worry, when we have stress, it actually has a very real physical component to it. There's this thing used in healthcare. It's called the allostatic load. And an allostatic load is a rating of the potential or your likelihood of experiencing diseases, or some preventable, some non. So things like cancers or heart disease or stuff like that. And it's based upon the stressors, the various types of stressors that you experience in your life, because of your identity, because of your financial situation, where you grew up, all sorts of stuff. And so that the higher your allostatic load, the higher your potential to become sick. And right now, with this stress that you are experiencing, it could literally make you sick. So I'm really hoping that I'm just going to put things down for a bit. Take a breath. You don't have to use all that psychic energy. Just keep yourself safe and, chill out for a minute. All right, let's move on to Aquarius. So, Aquarius, I don't know if you've been showing off a lot online, if you are like online, watching your ex's or someone's profile, or you're trying to make your profile look really good or something like that. But it's not doing you a whole lot of good. And in fact, it might be keeping you in this stagnant place. So this tower that comes right after the Six of Wands. So Six of Wands often is showing off, but in this day and age, I understand it a lot to have to do with social media. And so this social media, however you're interacting with it, it needs to change drastically, because you can avoid this tower moment. You can avoid these difficulties, but whatever you're doing out there, it's for the streets. And those streets are not some that are going to be kind to you in this moment. There are better things on the horizon. Start to dream instead of paying so much attention to what other people think, or showing off for other people, or examining other people's lives. You don't need to do that. Just, I know you have a good understanding, Aquarius, of your own life. So, just dream about how you want it to change, the changes that you're gonna make. And your love life is gonna be a whole lot easier that way. Can't avoid the tower moment, but you do need to make some changes in your behavior, even that behavior that only really affects you. Aquarius, Gemini. Gemini, are you feeling this week like you need to be deceptive or hide something, or you're just really like your ideas, your love, your everything, you need to keep it to yourself? If that's what you're feeling right now, I think it's a good idea. So in the moon space, that's where we have this time to grow in the dark, the things that we don't totally understand or know. It provides us this place to go inside and go out, with our psychic, our aura and whatnot, to really be in charge of this strong energy and nurture it and bring it to fruition, to something better, something new. New messages coming in, new understandings of things. But right now, there's perhaps something you don't know. And I think it might be wise for you to take a look at who you're interacting with, how you are interacting with them, and how they are interacting with you. If you're single, if you're not in a relationship right now, I really want you to be aware of how you might be self-sabotaging yourself. That self-sabotage could be, just like not going out and interacting with someone, or not returning a text message or like a DM or anything like that. But it is, I think it's very important for you right now to just really take a look at what is happening and the messages that are coming in, especially those messages that feel hot and come in fast. Good luck with that, Gemini. All right. And last but not least, we've got our water signs. Let's start with little baby Pisces. I've got a lot of Pisces in my chart as well. Some strong Pisces, actually. Okay, so Pisces, your love life for this week. I love it. So things are going well, Pisces. Perhaps you've met someone or your relationship has expanded in a really gorgeous way. And it's feeling balanced, and maybe you're even getting married. Perhaps you're getting married at like the courthouse or something like that. And so I'm really happy for you that these amazing things are happening and that there's so much balance in your life. But Pisces, if you can do me a favor and you can slow your roll this week, slow that roll, baby, because this Three of Pentacles tells us that there is more work to do before you are in this place genuinely and stably. Because if you keep going at this rate that really feels like it's like, you know, balanced, and maybe it is in this moment. But if you keep going at that rate, this is where you're going to end up. You're going to be tired, and maybe even the situation is going to be tired. Maybe even the situation might not work out, you know? And it could be that all of this fast forward movement, it might at some point overwhelm you. And so I'm just really going to ask you this week, Pisces, keep working on it before you take that great big step. And that, you know, that big step could just be something within you, deciding that, you know, you love the person. Well, do you really know the person? Do they really know you? Just take your time. Go a little slower so you don't get your heart hurt. All right. And Scorpio next. Okay, Scorpio, you know, it's really time for some balance, finding some balance in this relationship, finding some balance within yourself, finding some balance within your feelings towards this relationship, towards all relationships. Because I'm getting the feeling you're a little obsessed, or there is some, you know, intense energy happening. Scorpios get obsessed. My Mars is in Scorpio, so I get it. We can just really focus on things. There's a lot happening in this relationship. There's a lot happening in your head. There's just a lot happening in your heart around you. And so this obsession, this, you know, inability to put it down, it's going to bring it here. So that really, it's going to kill the relationship, or it's just going to like make your heart exhausted. You won't have the capacity to grow the relationship because you're so freaking tired from all this obsession. So, you know, I'm encouraging some balance this week, and, you know, maybe even taking some time to go on social media, you know, like take some cute pictures of yourself, get some attention, you know, let people like, I don't know, adore you, because Scorpio, you are adorable. You are so lovable, and that intense energy of yours, you know, some people really thrive on it and really appreciate it. So put the obsession down, obsess with yourself. Take some cool pictures, make some cool pictures. I don't know, do something to get something healthy, emotionally healthy, to get some attention. And I think your love life will go better. You know, just take a break from the obsession part. And finally, last but not least, Cancer. So Cancer, right now things are feeling you're reminiscing a whole lot about some things that have really altered your life, that have felt so strong and maternal and loving, but have absolutely changed. Perhaps you're even like, you know, reminiscing on a mother figure, someone that you have loved and have gotten hurt by in some way, shape, or form. Perhaps, you know, everybody's got mom issues, dad issues. That as humans, nobody's had a perfect childhood, you know, or maybe there's been some loss or something. But you're really in your feelings right now about it. You're thinking a whole lot about that, and so I really, this week, Cancer, I really need you to take charge with yourself. Cancer, you are such a smart, emotive, powerful sign. Your love, your care, your, you know, capacity to be available for other people. It's so incredible. So I need you to take all that energy, gather it all together, and make a decision about how it is going to be used. And once you make that decision, once you are in control, or like control, we don't actually have a whole bunch of control in this life, but you know, once you have a little bit more control over how you feel, you can use these swords in a way, you know, typically the Seven of Swords is like a deception, somebody walking away from something. And maybe there is an aspect of deception, and that's why you're in your feelings right now. But in this deck, these swords can be of use. These swords can be your power. They can create a more stable home, understanding, life. So, you know, Cancer, this week, if you're able to, with your love relationship, just really take some time to gather your strength and be the strong, powerful crab that you are. I am Queer Astrology Tarot. You can find me on Instagram and obviously here on YouTube and on TikTok at the same handle, Queer Astrology Tarot. And on my pages, you're going to find some really cool queer, trans, NYC-based spiritual life. And you're also going to find some sick tarot readings because I am an excellent reader and an Aries. Anyway, other than being full of myself, have a good week and I'll see y'all soon.